What's good, growers? If you're looking to collect some strawberry seeds for whatever reason, here I'm going to demonstrate 3 methods for collecting strawberry seeds. Method number 1, the toothpick method. This method requires a toothpick and a towel or somewhere to place the seeds. Using the toothpick, carefully pick out individual seeds from the fruit. If you want to do this, try not to destroy the seeds while you're cutting around it. Now, do I recommend this method? Not really. So the pros of this method, you do get to collect one seed at a time, and you even get to use a handy dandy tool. That's where the pros end. The cons of this method is it's slow, it's painfully difficult, time consuming, so not very efficient. Sometimes there's a lot of pulp involved that comes off with the seed, and you don't really know if any of the seeds you get are viable or not. So there. And next we have the blender method. For this method, all you need is a blender and some water. You can use a strainer, but I'm not going to because in my experience the seeds just end up getting stuck in the small holes, and I don't want to deal with that. Most blenders will work for this method. I just have this smaller one on hand for demonstration purposes. Now, step number 1, roughly measure out 1 liter or about 4 cups of water for every handful of strawberries, like 3 or 4 strawberries. Then you're going to want to throw them in there, close the lid, and run the blender for about 10 to 20 seconds. Afterwards, let the slurry you've made sit for about a minute or so to let everything settle towards the bottom, and then pour off the topmost layer of that. Next, pour some fresh water into the slurry mixture once more to dilute it and let it sit for another minute. Keep repeating this process until you've diluted out most of the strawberry bits and you can see the quote-unquote good seeds settled towards the bottom. Finally, pour off the remaining water, but be careful not to pour out the seeds you've just collected. For this step, I just used a spoon to get up in there and scoop them out onto a paper towel. Set them out on a paper towel to dry for a day or so, and bing bang boom, you've got a bunch of quality strawberry seeds to germinate.
Imagined.
As for the pros of this method, it pretty much marries the best of quality and quantity when it comes to collecting strawberry seeds. I think this is the best method, just because it's quick and easy. It's like you're making a little strawberry smoothie. And best of all, if you don't want to waste the weird slurry strawberry water, you can just put it off in your compost or water your garden with it. As for the cons of this method, it does require a blender and electricity, but you can just acquire a cheap one from Goodwill or something if you don't have one already. Also, I guess it's loud, so if you have like neighbors that don't like that, don't do this. This method also generates the most amount of waste in the form of like water and strawberry slurry, but you can mitigate that waste by pouring it into your garden or into your compost pile, and the microbes will break that down and make it into nutrients for your plants. So there, I guess that's not really a con after all. And finally, the last method is the dried out strawberry strip method. For this method, you will need a sharp kitchen knife, so be careful. Start by cutting off long slices of the strawberry's outermost layer. Then lay those strips down on a paper towel and place them out in a dry space, preferably one with access to direct sunlight so things don't get moldy and gross. And after a day or so, they should be dry enough for you to just scrape them off with your fingers, like so. Some seeds might be more embedded in the dried skins than others, so don't be too broken up if you don't get them all. You will get a lot of seeds from this method. Pros of the strawberry skin method. This is by far the easiest method to do, and it's kind of fun. Also, you end up with a surplus of strawberry seeds. Now, cons of this method include the fact that it just takes time, about a day or so, for the strawberry skins to be dried out enough to where the seeds don't stick to the fruit. Also, not every seed you collect from this method is going to be a winner. This method focuses on quantity over quality, So you're going to have some duds in there if you just plan on planting one seed at a time. And there you have it. That's 3 methods for collecting strawberry seeds for this season or next season or whenever, really. With your new bounty of strawberry seeds, make sure to store them in a cool, dry, dark place. For example, some of these methods used water in them. You do not want to store these seeds with water at all, or else they'll get moldy and gross and they might not germinate well for you. If this is your first time visiting this gardening YouTube channel, I implore you to hit that subscribe button for more tips and tricks and gardening advice just like this one. Also, in the video's description, I've linked a growing guide on how to grow strawberries from seed just for you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.